Hello, myself Sunil R Nair, and here basically we are discussing about the topic that is the generation is supposed to go next or not supposed to go. In this basically, this topic comes under the one topic that is attraction. So here basically we are discussing that about the banking investment, and here basically we have taken one example that is the person basically is. Not able to get the job. So if the person basically told the one of the bank, World Bank basically told that you diagnose this basically, and in this basically lots of World Bank basically told that we basically created one product that is basically 5 crore people basically comes 5 crore people basically uh, are basically human clone created human clone with the help of the bank, Microsoft and IBM software company. Then basically he told that these all are the products basically, and here the banking investment basically also taken into the picture. And one person basically given the complaint that due to your products basically other products are also basically got effect. So due to that, basically one of the World Bank basically hired one of the Indian people. Basically, he told that basically for this basically lots of statistic and mathematics and perfect management in the banking industry is required. For basically they basically connected with one of the Indian person basically, and they told that basically he is the perfect person. Then he basically reached to the by investigation. Basically, he reached to one of the nuclear power plant basically. He basically told that basically it might possible that it might be creating problem to the from the nuclear power plant. Then basically he told that how that is possible. Yeah. Then he told that basically nuclear power plant are connected with the world. The blood groups only, and groups are basically blood groups and the 700 that planets on are basically it's connected with that basically. Then he told that basically it might possible that due to this 700 planets basically who basically are the owner of the planets, they basically might not want this particular person. They basically might not want this particular person basically. That might be the reason basically that he is not getting the job. Then he told that basically, yeah, basically it might possible basically. It might basically possible basically, that the 700 crore basically the planet 700 planets owner basically might not want the particular person to get into their energy basically to get into so they basically might be possible that for example a blood group is there in a blood group basically there are 150 crore people, right? So they take the decision basically whether this particular person basically they want or not. So one of the reason basically the people are basically dying. This is the basically main reason basically that the blood group owner basically says that basically I want don't want basically this particular person. But here blood group basically person basically don't tells this. The doctor basically says that we have to treat his treatment. We have to give him a treatment. In this treatment, basically, we have removed this all data basically. So in this removal, basically, the person basically might have came into the number, and it might possible that they might have removed that particular person. So this might be the reason basically. The nuclear company told this to that particular World Bank basically. World Bank basically person basically. He was an Indian person basically. Then that Indian World Bank person basically told that yeah basically this might be the reason basically. Then he connected with the doctors of the that 700 planets owner, and then basically connected to the blood groups doctors also basically. So A positive blood groups or B positive blood group, C positive blood group, F positive blood group, G positive blood group. Means this in real basically this type of blood group does not exist. Few blood group basically exist, but few does not exist. So he told that basically we need to connect to this all blood groups doctor. So there is only basically few doctors of each blood group basically. They are experts in the blood cells creation basically. Blood group creation basically, not blood cells creation. So they basically told that yeah, basically this might be the reason. So they basically connected with the World Health Organization team, and they told basically he basically found the address of that particular doctors who basically were the you can say the doctors basically of that particular blood group owner. So each and every blood group basically have one owner, right? Each and every blood group have one owner, and each and every planet basically have one. Each and every planet basically have owner. So if I say that the blood group basically owner and planet owner basically both are connected with each other, then it would not be wrong. Means 22 blood groups are there. Just number basically it might be 10 also. It can be 12 also. It can be anything, any number. Here basically I have taken as an example of 22. So 22 blood groups owner and the 700 planets owner. So it might possible that one blood group basically might contain around he might be the owner of around more than 65 70. He might be basically because this way only the calculation basically happens. This way only the calculation happens. So basically it might possible that one blood group basically might be the owner of six, seven, around 70 75 planets. Basically. There are basically 700 to 800 planets basically honor basically in this world basically. So like this, if we divide, it can be less also, it can be more also. That depends upon the activities the world activities a blood group honor basically do. So like this, basically assume that one blood group basically are the owner of the 70 planets. So 70 planets equal to one blood group. So like this, basically the person basically World Bank basically that person, that Indian person basically connected with the basically you can say connected with that particular doctor, and that doctor basically told that basically the chain is like this basically. One blood group basically is connected with 70 to 75 planets owner basically. 70 to 75 planet owner. So he told that basically 70 to 75 owners basically you are talking about. So you have the list of the entire 70 to 75 planets. They basically told that no, basically we don't have basically. We just know that this is the planet and that is the data basically. Then he told that basically doctors told that basically we just get the planet blood cells data, nothing else basically we get. We got this information from the nuclear power plant basically that the these groups are basically the owner of the planets. So they basically have got the ownership of the planet, sorry, the blood group basically. So this person basically you are saying he is the owner of the one blood group, and under his basically there are 150 crore people basically. So whatever happens to his body, changes in blood cells, any body basically, anything basically, that affects to 1 crore people automatically after certain day basically. That basically takes time basically, but it happens 100%. That basically happens 100%. So this is also basically there. But then basically, then also basically was not able to track basically. Here basically the nuclear power company told that basically it's a blood group, and then they told that basically it's a nuclear power company data basically, who basically sends the data of each and every planets. For example, one blood group basically contains assume that A blood group or B blood group or C blood group basically have basically one owner. He basically is connected with 70 blood groups, sorry, 70 planets. That planet data basically is sent by the nuclear power company. So the nuclear power company told that basically we gets the data from the satellites basically. We gets the data basically from satellites basically. Whatever the satellites basically, he basically he basically reached up to this basically reason was this, that blood group basically person basically that for example the person basically was not getting the job. He assumed that he was having a blood group, and that A blood group doctor basically removed his data from his body, basically from his body. So like this, basically, that person basically is not getting the job. Then basically connected to means not removed. Basically, it get deactivated. It got deactivated. The reason behind the deactivation, that also we are going to see. Then basically he told that basically nuclear power company, you have the data of this 700, 700 planets, 700 to 800 planets. He told the World Bank basically told that let me solve the problem entirely. Basically, he basically told that basically this is problem of one person. Basically, let for this connected to one person. Basically, let me solve the entire problem only of entire entirely basically entire problem basically. That is the 700 planets basically. Then that World Bank basically told that basically nuclear power company, you have the list of the planets basically. They told that basically, yeah, basically we get the data, that's all simple basically. And somebody from the satellite group told that basically these all are the 700 to 800 planets data basically, which we are basically sending from the satellites basically, from the satellites. Then basically he told that that means you want to say that each and every individual person's data basically are sent by the satellite group. For example, there are 800 crore people basically. So you want to say that 800 crore people's data are getting from the satellites? Then he told the nuclear power company told that yes, they are basically sending the data of 800 crore people, which basically are connected with 22 blood groups, and these 22 blood groups are connected with 700 to 800 planets. So like this, basically, the satellite groups told that basically they are sending the data of 800 crore planets, and these 800 crore planets basically are 800 sorry 800 human basically 800 crore basically human basically who are basically staying in Earth planet. So they are sending data of each and every people basically. One person basically of the satellite groups, one of the company of the nuclear power company told that basically if the people basically were staying in the basement of the earth planet, that group basically, yeah, they are that also basically each and every human basically who are staying in wherever basically they are sending the data of each and every people. Like this, the nuclear power company told that basically we are basically getting the data like this. So satellite group still told that basically we are getting the data of 800 crore people, and this 800 crore people basically contains that blood group owner also basically, that blood group owner also. So there are basically 22 blood groups owner basically. They basically also comes into this category only. They also comes into this category. So here we are stopping. That is basically the till the basically World Bank basically reached up to this level. That is, he connected to 700 to 800 people basically who are getting the data from satellites, and the planets basically who are giving the data, that is 800 planets basically who are giving the data to the to the nuclear power company, and the data is of 800 crore people. So in next part basically we are going to continue this.